Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to try and make sense of data marketing and figure out how businesses are trying to turn what seems like total digital chaos into some real clarity.
So let's start with something I think we've all felt. You know that creepy feeling, right? You're just talking to a friend about, I don't know, a rat problem in their house, and then boom, the next day, their social media feed is just full of ads for rat traps. It really feels like our phones are listening to us. And, in a way, they are. But how that listening actually turns into an ad, well, that's the real story.
And that feeling, it really gets at this huge paradox happening in business right now. We're constantly told that data is the most valuable thing a company can possibly have. So why is it that for so many of them, data has kind of become a dirty word?
Yeah, we've all heard the line, data is the new gold. But the reality for a lot of companies, it's not gold. It's a massive, expensive pile of digital garbage. They spend a fortune gathering up terabytes of customer information, but it just sits there completely useless because they never figured out what they were actually going to do with it in the first place.
So, what's the secret sauce? How do you actually find the treasure in all that trash? Well, it turns out you have to flip the whole process on its head. You don't start with the technology, you start with a really simple business question.
This right here is the classic mistake. It's the technology-first approach. It usually starts with someone high up declaring, we've got to do big data. So, okay, the company goes out, buys some really expensive software, they start collecting mountains and mountains of information, and only then does somebody turn around and ask, now what? It is an absolute recipe for expensive failure.
Now compare that mess to this. This is the right way to start. It's a measurable business goal. See? All of a sudden, your data has a purpose, a mission. The technology isn't the point anymore. It's just the tool you're going to use to get there. You're not just collecting data for the sake of it. You're hunting for very specific clues that are going to help you win back those exact customers. Okay, so once you've got that goal, the next big shift is how you think about your audience. You have to move from seeing them as a faceless crowd to seeing them as individual customers. Because honestly, the old ways of grouping people together are pretty much useless now. I mean, for decades, this was the whole game. You'd target some broad demographic, like women aged 25 to 40. But just think about that for a second. That group includes millions of totally different people. Their lives, their habits, their needs, they're all over the place. As a targeting strategy, it tells you almost nothing useful about any single person in that group. You could think of it like this. Mass marketing is basically an M16 rifle. You're just spraying bullets everywhere and hoping you hit something. It's messy, it's super wasteful. Data marketing, on the other hand, that's your sniper rifle. It's precise, it's targeted, and it's designed to hit one specific objective with a single, effective shot. A great example of this is the UK supermarket Tesco. Through their Club Card program, they analyze your shopping cart to build this detailed story about you. It's not about how old you are, it's about what you do. Are you buying diapers? That suggests a young family. Or are you buying things for retirement? Are you buying budget brands? Or are you springing for the fancy imported cheese? This lets Tesco send you offers that are, actually relevant to your life. And look, this whole behavioral thing isn't just for groceries. Airlines use a really powerful model called RFM. That stands for recency, frequency, and monetary value. So they look at when you last flew, how often you fly, and how much you spend. And by doing that, they can sort their customers with incredible precision. This way, they can focus their marketing dollars on retaining super valuable customers, like these at-risk spenders, instead of wasting money chasing lapsed customers who are probably long gone anyway. But here's the thing. Even this super sharp segmentation, it's just a stepping stone. The true holy grail, the real endgame here, isn't just targeting smaller and smaller groups. It's about marketing to a group of one. And it all starts with a simple but really powerful question. It's this basic insight that, our skin isn't all the same. So why are we all using the same stuff off the shelf? A startup called Skin ID decided to tackle this problem head on. And they did it using data. So their entire business is built around this process. A customer takes a quick 5-minute quiz online. An AI analyzes all the answers to figure out their unique needs. But then, and this is so important, an actual doctor reviews the results and prescribes a specific formula.
It's then custom mixed and shipped right to their door. They use data to make this incredibly complex system feel like a simple, personal experience. And this is the engine humming behind that whole simple experience. Their data model can generate over 100,000 different possible formulas. This isn't just about grouping people anymore. This is true one-to-one product creation, and it's all made possible by starting with the data of one single person. Okay, so let's pull all this together. We've gone from these messy, broad demographics to like sniper-level targeting, and now even completely custom-made products. So what's the big idea we need to walk away with here? When you boil it all down, it's this. Data marketing isn't really about the data itself. It's the art of using information, but with a clear purpose. It's about transforming marketing from just shouting at a faceless crowd to actually having a valuable, one-on-one conversation with a real person. And that really brings us right back to where we started. The more relevant and convenient these experiences get, the more personal data we're going to be asked to share. That line between what feels a little creepy and what feels really helpful is different for every single one of us, and it's always shifting. So the final question isn't really for businesses, it's for you. As this technology gets smarter and smarter, what will you choose to share?